Part 1. The girl who believed the ice was honest. Alina Morozova learned to stand on skates before she learned to defend herself. At 4 years old, she stepped onto the ice holding the boards. By 7, she was landing double jumps. By 10, she trained before school while other children slept. Her family did not have money, but they had belief. Her mother worked double shifts at a pharmacy. Her father drove deliveries through the night. Every spare dollar went toward ice time, sharpening blades, choreography sessions that cost more than their rent. Above her bed hung a printed poster with one date circled in red: 2026. The Winter Olympics, Italy, Milano Cortina. She didn't dream of fame. She dreamed of arrival, of proof that the bruises, the falls, the exhaustion meant something. By 14, she was ranked among the top junior skaters in the country. Commentators described her as precise, quiet, dangerous in competition. She didn't smile much, but when she jumped, the arena did. Then came the coaching change. Her longtime mentor retired, replaced by a former national champion with polished interviews and strategic connections inside the federation. He spoke calmly, calculatedly. He praised her technique, then began adjusting everything else: her image, her social media presence, her public appearances. He spoke about backing and positioning and long-term strategy, words that had nothing to do with edges or rotation. Alina listened. She trusted the system because she believed talent was enough. She was wrong. Part 2. The score that didn't make sense. The Olympic qualification season arrived like a tightening rope. Nationals would determine everything. Alina skated last. Her program was technically ambitious: triple Lutz, triple toe combination, clean step sequence, final spin centered and controlled. No falls, no visible errors. When she finished, the crowd stood. Even her usually reserved coach gave a small nod. Backstage, she allowed herself one fragile thought: this is it. The scores appeared. 4th place, behind a skater who had fallen twice. Confusion rippled through commentators. Online forums filled with slow-motion breakdowns. No under-rotations, no obvious deductions. Judges remained silent. Her coach's reaction was colder than the numbers. "That was good," he said, "but this season requires alignment." Alignment with what? 2 days later, in a hallway outside a closed meeting room, Alina overheard him on the phone. "Yes, she's strong," he said quietly. "But there are other considerations. The Federation prefers stability. Yes, we can adjust the lineup." Adjust the lineup. It wasn't about skating alone. It was about politics, sponsorship networks, families with influence, athletes whose parents funded training camps and federation events. Alina's family could barely afford new blades. She confronted him directly. "Did I lose because I wasn't good enough?" He looked at her without emotion. "You lost because this is bigger than performance." That was the first crack. The second came quickly. Part 3. The suspension. When whispers of favoritism began circulating online, Alina's father contacted a journalist. Anonymously at first. Data inconsistencies, score comparisons, statistical anomalies, pressure built quietly. Then the email arrived. Subject: notice of provisional suspension, an irregularity in her biological passport. Pending investigation, ineligible to compete, doping. The accusation spread faster than truth ever could. Headlines used words like controversial, unexpected, disappointing. The Federation issued a careful statement distancing itself from her. Her coach expressed shock. Public support fractured instantly. Some defended her. Others demanded permanent bans. Social media became a battlefield. Alina replayed every supplement she had ever taken. All approved. All signed off by staff. Nothing hidden. Independent testing followed. Weeks turned into months. Legal teams reviewed documentation. An external laboratory confirmed the source. Contamination in an over-the-counter recovery supplement. Trace amounts. No performance enhancement. No intent. She was cleared. Officially innocent. Unofficially too late. The Olympic roster had already been finalized. Milano Cortina 2026 would proceed without her. There was no formal appeal process that could reverse it in time. The system had protected itself, and she had learned how easily a narrative could be rewritten. Part 4. The night the world watched without her. In February 2026, the opening ceremony of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics filled screens across the world. Fireworks illuminated the Italian sky. Nations marched into the stadium. Cameras captured athletes whose dreams had survived the system. Alina watched from her living room floor. Her suitcase remained packed beneath her bed. Her parade jacket hung untouched in plastic. Her name stitched inside as if it belonged to someone else. When the figure skating delegation appeared on screen, she saw the girl who had taken her place. Smiling, waving, perfectly framed by stadium lights. Alina felt no anger, only space. Her phone buzzed with messages of support. She turned it face down. Belief could not reverse a finalized roster. During a montage of rising Olympic stars, the broadcast briefly showed one of her jumps from nationals. The clean triple Lutz that had once convinced her she had secured her place. 2 seconds. No mention of her name. Then the clip moved on. Later that night, she went to the rink alone. The ice was empty. No judges, no politics, no commentary panels. She stepped onto the surface slowly. And for the first time in months, she did not skate for selection. Not for redemption, not for proof. She skated because it felt honest. Her movements were unstructured, edges deeper, spins slower. When she set up for the triple Lutz, it was not to impress anyone. She landed it cleanly. There was no applause, only the quiet sound of blades cutting into ice. A rink attendant recorded a short clip from the doorway. Nothing dramatic. Just a skater alone on Olympic night. By morning, the video had spread across social media. Not because it was technically superior, because it was real. The conversation shifted. From scandal, to transparency, to reform. Sponsors reached out. Independent skating tours offered contracts free from federation control. Former athletes publicly questioned opaque selection processes. Alina did not call it victory, but she understood something clearly now. The Olympics could define a career. They could not define her worth. Months later, when asked whether she regretted speaking up, she answered calmly, "I regret believing performance was the only factor." When asked if missing Milano Cortina broke her, she responded, "It broke my heart, but it didn't break me." The Games crowned champions in 2026, but outside the stadium lights, something else emerged. A reminder that systems can fail, and athletes can survive them. And sometimes survival is a legacy larger than gold. If this story moved you, tell us in the comments. What part hit you the hardest? What felt real? And what didn't? And most importantly, did you guess who this story might be inspired by? Subscribe for more powerful, emotional stories based on real-life situations and the hidden side of big events. Your opinion matters. We read every comment.